That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back, everybody, to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. This might be a shorter stream just because I'm starting so late. It is 3:12 a.m. at the time I'm recording this, even getting started. So without further ado, man, I won't hold you guys too much longer. We'll get right into it. Rachel DeMita. She was allegedly fired from the Big Three, Ice Cube's league, because she was working as a sideline reporter this season, but she retweeted a Caitlin Clark highlight or an Indiana Fever highlight during the Big Three game. So they fired her. My first reaction was just like everybody else's. I'd much rather you retweet a basketball highlight from another league during your game, during your assignment, during your job on the clock at a basketball game, as opposed to playing solitaire on your phone during a basketball game, which is your job. So with that being said, Rachel uploaded a 5-minute video herself. Let's see what she said.
What's up, you guys? I'm Rachel DeMita, and welcome to the Courtside Club. In today's video, we need to address the elephant in the room, or the elephant that is currently going viral on social media, and that is the news that I was fired from the Big Three. Now, my intention in making this video is just to tell you guys the truth. I don't have a publicist telling me what to say. No one's telling me what to say. I just wanted to give you guys the truth, give you guys my side. You guys were also so invested in the Big Three from all of the content that I've made about it here on my YouTube channel, on Instagram, on Twitter, TikTok, all of the things. So I feel a responsibility to tell you guys the truth, let you guys know what happened. And I don't want to make this any more dramatic than it needs to be. So with all of that being said, the rumors are true. I was fired from the Big Three, and my team received an email at 11 p.m. on Tuesday with a letter that essentially said that I had been terminated. Now, I don't want to misquote any.
But then she just say, I don't have a publicist, I don't have a team. And then she said my team received
anything, so I will just let you guys know.
I guess she meant like her team didn't tell her what to say. I guess that's what she was trying to say, as opposed to I don't have anybody to tell me what to say. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching because it's 3 a.m.
Exactly what that email said. They said it has come to Big Three's attention that Miss DeMita was posting on her social media platforms during this past weekend's Big Three games and promoting the competing New York Liberty versus Indiana Fever WNBA game that was being broadcast at the same time. The league is extremely dismayed and disappointed by Miss DeMita's severe lapse in judgment while performing services for the league, during which time she should have reasonably known that she should have been promoting only league games. The league provided her with unique access and opportunity to be a focal point on national broadcasts, so management was completely taken aback to learn that she was posting about another league's games while in the midst of rendering services. Now, this is true. I did send out 3 tweets about the Indiana Fever versus New York Liberty game during the Big Three broadcast, and again, you guys, I want to be completely transparent. I will show you the exact tweets that were posted during that time. So firstly, to start the day, I tweeted a selfie and I said, let's work, and I tagged the Big Three and CBS Sports. And then I tweeted this highlight 3-pointer of Caitlin Clark, and it said, for those who question the hype, and that was a basketball tweet. And then I also retweeted when the Indiana Fever won the game. I did continue to tweet about that game, but it was after the Big Three broadcast. I did feel a little bummed that there wasn't any discussion prior to me being fired. However, I didn't hear from anybody. There was no talks about it. And I wasn't under the impression that those tweets would do any severe harm to the.
I ain't gonna lie. So at first, going into the story, I was like, okay, they tripping. She tweeting about basketball during a basketball game. Like, it's cool. She put up 3 tweets, bro. Like she darn near live tweeting the game. That's a little, you know what I'm saying? That's a little, if it was just one tweet, if she was just retweeting like a highlight or something like that, you know what I'm saying? That says B28 back in the building. What up? Late crew. So what happened, SSB, to catch you up? This is Rachel DeMita. She was fired from the Big Three. She was serving as a sideline reporter for the Big Three this season. But during one of the games that she was covering, she posted about the Indiana Fever game against the New York Liberty last week. That was, I believe it was Caitlin Clark's return when she had like 32 points or something like that. And she hit like a shot from the logo and everything. Well, no, it wasn't even, yeah. It was from the logo and it was a big deal. And everybody's like, I think she hit like back-to-back logo shots. Anyways, Caitlin Clark was hooping. It was an exciting game and they beat the Liberty. I want to say, I think they beat the Liberty. I can't remember. It was a week ago, but she posted 3 tweets about it. One at the beginning of the game, one in the middle of the game, and then the post game final score graphic during the Big Three. So they was like, bro, you posting about a competing league while you on the clock for our league. Like, that's kind of wild. And Rachel said she continued to tweet about the Liberty game after she got off the clock with the Big Three. Me going into it, I was like, oh man, well, she's just on her phone. She's tweeting about basketball at another basketball game. I don't think that's a big deal, especially when ESPN had the face of ESPN buried in his phone playing solitaire in the middle of the NBA finals. I think that's a much bigger deal during gameplay and things of that sort, as the highest paid guy, as the face of ESPN, as opposed to this situation. Yeah. She was at the Big Three game doing it. And I was like, but when she showed what she posted 3 tweets, bro. And like I said, it was one at the beginning of the game, a beginning highlight with Caitlin Clark hitting the back-to-back threes from the logo at the beginning of the game. Then she posted like another thing, and then she posted the final score graphic. She retweeted it. That's kind of OD, bro, for on the clock. Like, it's darn near like you're not paying attention to the games that you're watching. If you like live tweeting the other game, that's kind of wild game. I'm not gonna lie to you. He said, bro. So like at first I thought that he was tripping, and then I seen what she was actually posting. I was like, okay, 3 is a little. You darn near tweeting that game. Like, what game is you covering at that point?
Big Three or anybody would think any type of way about it. So like I said, again, I'm not making excuses. I'll take it on the chin. It's my bad. I apologize for that. But I do wish that there could have been some sort of discussion, because I feel like something like this could have been easily nipped in the bud. And part of my job with the Big Three last season, the games were on X. And so I was really active on X like during those games because the chat was going and I was getting.
What does that have to do with this season?
Involved with all of those things. So it's very common for us, honestly, across all networks to be on your phone every once in a while. I wasn't watching the game during the Big Three games. I was locked in. I was catching my interviews. I was doing my sideline reporting. Like, I felt like I did a great job there. And I felt like I did a pretty good job during season 1 when I was with them as well. But from my understanding, that is the only reason why.
I think, and as far as she's letting us know, this is her first time doing it. So like she said, on that end, I can get where she said, I would rather have a warning of like, hey, don't do this. But at the same time, if they're going to give her a warning of, hey, not to do this, was it in her contract? You know what I'm saying? I'm also looking at that. Was it in her contract? So, because if it was in your contract, then I don't think you get the benefit of the doubt of, oh, you didn't tell me. We didn't have a warning.
Why my contract was terminated, why I was fired from the Big Three. And I'm seeing a lot of people speculating that there had to have been something else. At least from my side, I know of nothing else as to the reason why I was fired. That was the reason. You heard what I said in that email. From their side, I'm not sure, but that's all I can give to you guys. That's the truth. That's from my side. I also just wanted to point out, I hadn't signed a contract yet for this season. My agent was still in talks to make sure just everything was settled out, and we were just working in good faith. And so I did the Big Three draft, and then I also did weekend 1 of the Big Three, assuming that we were going to finish all of my contract things that week. So I was a bit blindsided. I can't even lie. Like, I was not expecting to be fired. I was not expecting to be fired for that reason. But at the same time, like, we take it on the chin, we move on. I have never been fired from anything in my life, and now I guess I can say I have been fired. But with that, you guys, I'm just going to leave it at that. That's the truth. That is what it is. I feel a responsibility to share that with you guys. I wish the big three nothing but the best. And that's it. That's all I've got. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. Click that little subscribe button because we upload new videos every single week. And hopefully the new videos will not include drama about my life. Because it's life, but stuff happens. Anyway, you guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ooh, and
You mean I would have made a joke about it. I would have been like, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe because I don't have a job. What did the comments say? I'll go down. Oh, also, SSB, come on, like let's chill a little bit. Like, let's remember my day job. I'm in the media. So even though I'm not a sideline reporter, I do rock with everybody in the media. Everybody's important in the media. Dave Portner just put the eye emojis. Someone said report for the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever, by the way, is a parody page. It's not the real Indiana Fever. That's lame. You can't tweet about other games. That makes sense. But dang, they could have warned you first. I agree with that. I work in HR. They fire you because they don't like you. If they liked you, then they would have had a conversation like you said. This was an opportunity time. This was an opportune time to separate from you with a lower risk of a lawsuit. Oh, dang. I believe I speak for anyone when I say what the F is the big three. All right. You know what the big three is. If you know basketball, you know what the big three is. That was so weak to be fired for this. This is your sign to work for a bigger national broadcaster. You're absolutely worthy of the NBA and the WNBA. It's just not that easy to get hired, but I think Rachel would have been there already if it was that easy. I don't know. I think people just be saying stuff like when you don't know how industries work because you're not in, you don't know how industry work. I'm sorry you were fired, but honestly, this is going to be open a huge door for you, Rachel. I do think the controversial firing of her and it going viral and it being like one of the stories of the day is going to definitely help her get another job because people are talking about it right now. So if someone hired her right now, it'll go viral. Just the news of her being hired will go viral and people will be tuned in to see her. Yeah, they low-key backdoored her. Yeah, I agree. Like, because I understand why they would be upset, but at the same time, it's like I think the first kind of wrongdoing, you need to kind of talk to her first instead of just outright firing her and give her like no type of safety net. Yeah, big three and the WNBA aren't competing leads. NBA fans aren't WNBA fans 100%. Big three are clowns. All right, I ain't gonna say that. Salute to Ice Cube. As a social media influencer, I can completely understand why they terminated you. It's a minor thing, but it looks bad. It basically looked like you were watching the Fever game on the side and tweeting about it. You'd be picked up by another show. 100 emoji. Don't stress yourself. I agree with this. I agree with the NS Brooklyn TV dude because, like, I get if she just retweeted like Caitlin Clark when she hit the 3 threes in a row or whatever at the beginning of the game or the back-to-back threes from the logo. But that wasn't it. She continued to tweet about the game while she was at work for another league. So I get it. At the same time, it's like, dang, we can have a conversation of like, hey, don't do this. Like at my job, you know, they told us, they was like, hey, y'all need to make sure y'all moving like this in public, you know, and things of that sort. So I know when I walk that fine line of what they were talking about, I know the risk that I run. If something happens, Lord forbid, things of that sort, before I want it to happen, I also understand like that was the risk that I took when I did said thing. So yeah. 2K hasn't been the same without you. Her future employer will call the big three and get a totally different story. Oh yeah, for sure. SSB, you've definitely had jobs. Because that's exactly how it goes. If you are at 9 to 5 and tweet about your opposing company, you would be fired. 100%. Like if I was at my job and I was on the clock posting old stories from my old job, they would on the clock, they'd be looking at me crazy, bro. They'd be like, all right, bro, what's going on? Like I don't like, sometimes I have the most time when I'm on the clock, especially if it's covering a game or something like that, because you might have like you do all your pregame coverage stuff and it's out there. And then you have like a 30-minute window where you're just kind of waiting for kickoff or the first pitch or tip off if it's basketball, whatever sport it is. And like you might be looking at stuff and you might see something that you want to comment on or something, but you can't because like you're at work. It's not a good look. I did say RIP Young Scooter one time during a game, a LSU game, football game, but it was Young Scooter, bro. Who else is a sideline reporter for the Big Three? I don't know. I know. I remember Brian Scalabrine used to do it. See, they still got Scalabrine up here. Oh, John Sally. What year is this? Hold on, let me see. Let me see what year this is. Oh, this is 2021. This is very outdated. But I remember it used to be Scalabrine once upon a time. Let me see. Rachel DeMita joins as a courtside sideline. I think I fell in love with a dot. Do. I'm not saying that about Rachel, of course. I'm just singing the song. Just want to sing the song, man. They don't have anybody else as a sideline. So I guess they're going to hire somebody else. What if they hired me? And it was like, Rashad, we seen your video. We like the way you think. We're going to hire you. We got to see what that money's talking about. John Sally, Vlad TV interviews were gold. John Sally, bro, when he was on the best dang sports show, period, on Fox Sports, bro, golden childhood moments. I felt like that was like one of the funnier sports shows if not the funniest sports show that I ever watched as a kid and things of that sort. Shout out John Sally. Cool dude, too. I met him when I was like 15 in New Orleans at Essence Festival, outside of Essence Festival. And he was just really nice. And then my dad was like, yeah, this is my son. Like, he be wanting to do like sports media and stuff like that. And he was like, hey, man, you could do it. I don't even remember what he said, but it was something like that. And nice guy. I remember that. But yeah, shoot, Big Three, Ice Cube, if you got the contract ready. I know Rachel said on her side of things that y'all contract wasn't done yet for this season and all the contractual obligations that she had to fill out. Hey, if y'all just want somebody, bruh, I'm available. Or according to what my job say, if y'all money, I ain't gonna say that now. I'm loyal to my job. I love my job. Please do not get rid of me. I love my job. All right, next before I get in trouble, bro. Before I get in trouble, SB about to get me in trouble, bro. Anycia done went viral today. I ain't never met her that I need. Never met her that I. If the WNBA was petty, you hire Rachel 100%. 100%. But it's like, where is she gonna go? Is she gonna go to Ion? Like Autumn Johnson does Ion. She kind of like dominates it. She works the desk on Friday nights, and then she works sideline when they need it, and she also works the play-by-play table. Shout out to Autumn Johnson, homie, forever indebted. We go back to dang college, bro. And she's made it so far, and I'm so proud of her each and every single day, and I'll forever say that. And I know she gets tired of me saying, I'm so proud of you every time I see her, and oh, look at you doing it big, woo, woo. But I am so proud of Autumn. She's like one of the busiest people I know in the world, and she deserves the world. I say all that to say, like, shoot, if you got space for Rachel, then shoot, go ahead. And not even just the WNBA, bro. I say Fever specifically. Or how about, Caitlin Clark has a social media team and she just brings her aboard her social media. Oh, yeah. Just things like that. Anycia, I ain't never met her for a gosh darn thing. Never need her for a gosh darn thing. Never need her, never need her. If you're not black, stop saying the N-word, period. I don't know why that's so hard. Question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't care who you grew up with. If you're not black, expand your vocabulary. She's responding, of course, to that Mexican OT whose clip went viral yesterday when he was on Lip Service with Angela Yee, and Clea Trapple was also on the episode. And they asked, do you think Mexicans, or do you think you should be able to say the N-word? And he said, yeah. I mean, I grew up with them. It's kind of like that's what we did. And then, as Mexicans, we came on just the same boat. We came on a boat too. We just came on a boat like later than y'all. And the whole statement was ignorant. And he was just like, what he said? He said, what you gonna do about it if I say it? Like, how you gonna stop me? I'm like, bro, what? I made a video on that yesterday. If you want to see that video, I'll link it at the end of this video. But Anycia just responded to it. It's got 11,000 retweets, nearly 50,000 likes, and nearly 2 million views. And I like it too. But yeah. So that was the first thing, right? Of all of this. Then Mana Leo, she chimed in. She said, all this talk about who can and can't say the N-word after Juneteenth is egregious. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. The F be wrong with y'all. Shame on anybody condoning the use of a slur towards a marginalized community that isn't even your own. In 2025 at that, the audacity. Let's wrap this stuff up. We got more important issues on hand right now. Shout out to Mana Leo, bro. One of the best rappers out right now, and just as you see there, just articulated her words well. So after all of this, right, it went viral. Nearly 2 million views, as you saw. These are her DMs on Instagram. B, you whiter than my white B, a-hole, F wrong with you. N-word, 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 N-word. F you talking about? From Jose in your Hosa. This might sound crazy, but I feel like regular people, which most people don't say the N-word as much as they used to. I think, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm gonna keep it gangster. Like when I was in high school, white kids and Mexicans was using the N-word like crazy. And I think after kind of, I don't know what era it was, but the Michael Brown, ever since Michael Brown and protests from that, and black people really started like, don't say the N-word, don't say that. Like ever since then, white people don't say it like as loosely as they used to. Like I just don't see it. Only time I see it now is on the internet, bro. in my comment section, to be more specific, from white people and non-black people. Stop trying to divide us, N-word. And yes, I'm Mexican. It's just crazy. Bro, what? This man said, I'm going to say the N-word as much as I want. I ain't give no Fs to give about your post on Twitter you made. No soul has the power to possess what comes from another soul's lips. It's never been that serious, bro. Why do you want to use the N-word so bad? You a happy. You can't say the N-word. Anycia is black, bro. I don't know why people keep thinking that she's half black or she's not black. She's literally just black. And she spent some time in New Orleans and stuff like that in her childhood. And she looks Creole. Like she looks like light skin and Creole black. Like shout out to the Pope. The Pope, they say he Creole. You know what I mean? You happy. You can't say the N-word either. Laughing my behind off. And in fact, you can't eat tacos because I'm full Mexican and I said so. It's not the same thing. Stay in your lane and know your place, little girl. Oh my goodness. Let the men speak. You just sit there and do whatever it is you do, which is rap. She literally can't just sit there and keep her mouth closed if she's doing whatever she does, because what she does requires her to speak and use her vocal abilities. That's dumb. All right, next, man. Oh, no. So then Sauce Walker, a fellow Texas rapper, responded to Anicia's post. And he said, she's surely black, just like my kids. She barely black, just like my kids. LOL, laughing emoji. She's black. She's black. Like her dad is light skinned. And I never seen her mom before, but I think her mom, I don't know, just based off of how Anycia is and spending some time in Louisiana, I assumed like her mom is Creole. Let me see Anycia mom. I seen her dad before. Her dad is like straight up black. He's just a light skinned dude. This is our mom. Dang, her mom dark. Her mom darn near darker than her dad. This is Anycia mom. And this is her dad. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. And this is her dad. People try to call her an industry plant because her dad's in the industry, Scott Keaton. These are two black people, bro. Two black people. She's black. But yeah, he said, how you gonna say who can say the N-word? And then he said, what did he say? He said, I think eventually the word is gonna get phased out. When something becomes an internet trend, they usually don't last for long. 100%. And he said, how you gonna say who can use the N-word? That's like saying black people can't eat tacos. Ignorance at its finest. That's not like black people saying black people can't eat tacos. There's no like history connotation behind tacos. Like slave masters didn't whip bare backs of Mexican slaves on the fields and say taco, make me a taco, fix me a taco, feed me taco. That didn't happen. Basic things. And she said, okay, girl, bye. It's a shame that fellow rappers, fellow male rappers or male rappers are like kind of coming out to, what I'm saying, call out female rappers like that on some stuff or whatever. Like, y'all supposed to be all together. Y'all are rappers. And this man, Bass Savage, shout out to salute Atlanta legend Bass Savage. He said N-word, compare Hispanic saying the N-word to us eating tacos. Broken heart, broken heart, broken heart. One of them ones. Bass Savage, the greatest tweeter ever. He's up there with Kevin Durant. And then Sushi, that boy Mexico, he said, Texas N-words are so dang slow. That's why they was 2 years late finding out they were free. Juneteenth is over, so I can say that. Mexico, you go get us in trouble, bro. Yo, this house walker is ignorant 100%. Makeup and lighting can change how your skin looks sometimes. Yeah, but I've seen Anycia in public like a few times, and she's just light like that. So it was just it's like both of her parents is really like black. I mean, unless you were referring to her parents of like the lighting can change how they look. But yeah, both of her parents is black. All right. Okay, next thing next. But yeah, no. I want to say this before we move on. Salute to Anycia standing on all 10 toes, standing up for what she believes is right, speaking up for the right thing. Anycia is not afraid to speak about civil rights or anything like that. Like she speaks, bro. Like she spoke up during the election, and I really rock with Anycia. I mean, y'all knew that. And also, while I got you here and I hooked you in, I got you. Make sure you listen to Anycia's new single, man. Bad. If want me to put up. Bad, featuring Quavo, the Hook King, Atlanta legend, Northside legend, Migos, 1/3 of the Migos, and the Hook man behind some of the greatest rap songs and rap history included. You get the bag and flip it. I get the bag and flip it and tumble it. Hey, straight out the lot, 300 cash, and I came with the. Come on, man. One of the greatest ever. Quavius. I'm sorry. All right. I'm done glazing Quavius. Rest in peace. Takeoff. Long live the Rocket. Rocket Foundation just celebrated another year advocating for anti-gun violence and things of that sort. He's doing the real work on the grounds with the people at the Rocket Foundation. The president, they just had a thing in Atlanta. I covered the first one, the inaugural one, featuring then Vice President Kamala Harris. Quavo's doing the work, man, and salute to him, bro. And shout out to Offset as well, bro. The jig joint is crazy. All right. Bet. Let me log back in. Where we at with it? We are at Pluto versus Latto. What an unexpected beef, right? They're kind of two different people. But apparently in her new song, Pluto, for those of you who don't know, Pluto is the new kind of it girl in Atlanta alongside Bunna B and YK Niece. And are there any other woman rappers in Atlanta that's like just going crazy right now? Nah, I think that's it. Those three. In terms of new ones, Glory Girl, everybody else like that, they kind of already been out. But yeah, in terms of new girls, that's it. And so in Pluto's new song, she said, B, I'm a big mama. You claiming you the hardest? Check the stats. No. I don't know any of these girls. Yeah, these are SSB. This is some real like young people stuff. I ain't gonna lie to you. but Pluto, to give you because you might know this song. Like the song is like the hottest in Atlanta right now. A lot of people say it's the song of the summer. But the can't get no coochie out of Lululemon. You find that wham, yeah, I'm turned that. Ready, pick the show. You know that song? Yeah, we getting money. I'm young, but this is too young for me. But you know that song where they say, I'm talking about in there. I've heard the song on TikTok. See, yeah, that's Pluto's song. That's Pluto. So yeah, Pluto. She said, "Oh yeah. Oh, so where did these shots come from? I'm so sorry. I got thrown off. This shot came from Latto. She was supposed to be on a Win Whammy remix. She asked to be on it, and then Pluto sent her the song. But Pluto's song didn't include YK Nisha's verse. So Latto said, "Oh, she recorded her verse and everything like that. She teased it on social media, but she said, I will not hop on the official remix because you don't have YK Niche. My thing is, my goal is to always help the young, upcoming artists and things of that sort get their shine, kind of using my platform and my name. This is what she did with Anycia last year with Back Outside. Back Outside. Dun, 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 dun. Brother on Maybe Mad. Like she did that last year and she's doing it this year. We're continuing to shine a light on the newer, younger, smaller acts. So she wanted to do that for both YK Nice and Pluto. Pluto and YK Nice had a bit of a falling out because Pluto went to sign to a label, and YK Nice decided to stay independent. So that kind of just caused like a little rift and the split between those two. And yeah, that's why YK Niece. I don't know why YK Niece wasn't on the version that Pluto sent, but that's what happened. Sexy Red also hopped on the remix. She decided to go through with it, Sexy Red, and I've heard her version being played in the club, unfortunately. And I was like, dang man, why are we co-signing this? This isn't the right way to go, but it doesn't matter what I have to say about the right way. It's the music industry, it's cutthroat business. But yeah, that's what Pluto said to Latto on the song. When she said you claiming you the hardest, check the stats. I can't name one other song from Pluto other than Win Whammy. And YK Niche made the thing. Money and friendship can break a relationship. Old tale since time. 100%. You on the mark. SSB might be batting 90% tonight because he said the thing about sideline reporters on report. I don't like, no, don't say sideline report. Everything else he been on point with. I ain't gonna lie to you. Whole time Latto was trying not to get caught up in the mess between Pluto and YK Nice, and Pluto decided to diss her. 100%. Nikki crashing out. Pluto's alt code tagging up against Latto lottery tickets. That's funny. Two remixes coming up. Latto says the Lulu remix will never drop because of Pluto and YK. Pluto don't rap well enough for this. Latto finna do her greasy. Man, that Sunday service was crazy. Pull up on the Sunday, pulling like the Sunday service. Like her, Latto, and Ice Spice a little back and forth was amazing, dog. And I know people didn't care because like Chris Brown and Quavo did, and then Kendrick and Drake just took over all the beats, but that was amazing. I told y'all so. YK Niece talks about Latto was going to be on One Whammy, but Pluto only sent Latto the song with her verse. She claims Latto wanted her on the song as well. Pluto from Mickey Mouse has more emotion than you. Pipe down. Don't play with Latto. The F. 100%. Latto, Pluto, please sit down. LL, y'all don't know Latto, but she was mulatto and she dropped one of the hardest diss response disses, baby. She finna eat Pluto up. I'm talking about in it. That's funny. Latto not finna pay Pluto no mind. Mind you, Latto just wanted YK on the remix, and Pluto just wouldn't put her on there. Like, girl, what's your fault? I don't know. Yeah, man. I only know one song from Pluto, bro. I don't care, like, you know, little baby bring you on stage and he let you tour and people say you the hottest in the city. In terms of just overall worldwide songs that I know, I just know Win Whammy. From Latto this past year, we not even talking about just her whole career. This past year, just from Latto. Georgia Peach has played in the club. Ain't nothing like a Georgia girl. Blick some is played in the club. Blick some, stick some. If you love me, I really need somebody. The new joint that's played in the club. Um, I don't do R&B. Something wrong with hitters. Big Mama, but that was Sunday service. So Sunday service is played in the club. Big Mama's played in the club. What else? What else? What else from Big? But those five songs is enough from the past year alone. And then if you want to count back outside, that's 6. Like, come on, bro. Lotto is versus your one song this past year. Just this past year. Let's keep it. And like everybody say, Lotto can actually rap. Once again, what did Travis Scott say? I mean, not Travis Scott. What Pusha T say about Travis Scott? I don't like rap dudes that don't rap. And some people say, oh yeah, Travis ain't gonna just sit back and take what Pusha said. I don't know. He might just say, they say don't be surprised if we get something from Travis before the weekend is out. Okay, it's Saturday morning. I'll come back with the video whenever Travis respond, I'll come back with the video. We going live. I might do it immediately, depending on if I'm working or not. Because I can't be posting about other things at work while I'm on the clock. Come on now. But yeah. I don't know. Pluto's ruling the summer. Latto album was cute, but no real hits like Wham Whammy. Are you serious? Travis not responding. That's what SSB say. We'll see. I think Travis is going to probably try to respond like in a subliminal in his like upcoming album. No real hits like Wham Whammy. Georgia Peach, Brokey, Big Mama, Put It on the Floor. None of those were bigger than Wham, but cute, like I said. Big Mama, put it on the floor might be bigger than Wham Whammy, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Put it on the floor. All of them bigger than Wham Wham. No. Georgia Peach, Brokey might just be bigger than Wham Wham. Big Mama, was it bigger than Wham Wham? They might be about equal. But I'm saying Wham Wham, everybody in the club knows all the words to that song, bro. Travis got clout, but not Drake clout to drop a diss track. And even if he does, he takes an L, he can recover. 100% Travis can recover. If he takes an L in a rap battle against Pusha T, it's like Pusha T actually raps. And like people don't know Travis for lyricism. You know what I mean? So like I feel like you playing with house money. You know what I'm saying? But it could just be a bad look like for the rest of your career. Like, dang, like you really got smacked upside the head by Pusha T. Happens to the best of us, right? LL, so I lied because you're biased. That's weird. She said, maybe I don't listen to enough Lotto. This is my biased opinion after all. Going viral, TikTok is a new standard. Big burly man in a wig, still prettier than your mother. See, people don't have to talk about that. Brokey, Georgia Peach. Yeah, we're either one of those bigger than Wham Whammy? I don't know. Let me know. Are you serious? Very. Gonna come and go. Georgia Peach, Brokey. All right. I'm reading the same comments. Pluto actually makes better music than Latto. Who is he? How old is y'all? They gotta be some 15-year-olds, bro. LO, this not to be Pluto one. I'm telling y'all now. Latto gonna end this girl career. Bro. Let me tell you a story about Latto and our hip-hop acumen, bro. I seen Latto at the BET Awards, maybe like I think it was last year. Latto performed Sunday service with Ice Spice in the crowd, bro. Ice Spice was in the crowd and she performed the Ice Spice diss to Ice Spice face in the crowd, sitting down watching it. And then Ice Spice came up and Ice Spice was performing and Latto was like backstage or whatever. And then Ice Spice performed the Latto diss. I said, oh man, this is real hip hop. It's real hip hop. And at the Latto diss, as she performed the Latto diss, Latto was in a you know what I'm saying, back room, makeup room, whatever. And she said, oh, you think you didn't the fart? Okay, you cute. Woo woo. Bruh, that was a real hip hop moment, dog. And if more people cared about their rapping, I mean Ice Spice specifically, like that would have been a bigger moment in hip hop history. But no one, I guess, just cares about like their rapping that much. All right, next. Next. Speaking of clout, Angel McCoughtry had the discussion on a podcast recently on if clout can get you a spot on a roster. So I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna listen to it and then I'm gonna react because I already have thoughts before even playing it.
If Hailey Van Leaf had 10,000 followers, would she be in the league? It's just from her talent right now. Would she be in the league if she only had 10,000 followers? If there was another girl out here who was just as talented as Hailey Van Leaf.
Deja Kelly is good enough to be in the league. I think Deja Kelly is better than Hailey Van Leef.
What players have to do, since we're in a different time, you have to go to marketing classes. How do I get my engagement up, my following up, so that even though I know I'm just as good as this player, but she got more following, or I'm even better, I got to get my following up so this political thing they do, it ain't going to affect me. It's clout. It's kind of like, I'm going to give y'all an example. One of my favorite singers, I went to his concert. This is before Vegas won the championship. I'm not going to put his name out there. No, I had knew him from playing in Atlanta.
It was Usher, wasn't it? It was Usher.
Okay,
It was Usher,
I ain't saying no
wasn't it?
names. I'm like, yo, come to a game. He's like, oh man, I got to go to LA and record. Soon as I'm not on the team now, because like I heard, they didn't bring me back. You online? Oh, Asia Wilson, I gotta come to a game. You at the game next week? I know I invited you to a game. So it's clout. So guess what, girls? Since they want clout, give them the clout. Play the game. Boost yourself. Boost that following. Give them some clout. Get into it. What did you say? That fake article shit?
Get Centelled.
Tell your motherfucking self. It's not based off your talent no more. Let's keep it real. You can be as good as you want to be. You don't have to follow your nut in.
Okay. So now that I played it, I gotta do a prerequisite, right? I gotta tread lightly. You gotta respect OGs. You gotta respect the OGs. Angel McCoughtry is the queen of Atlanta basketball. Whoever takes, you know what I'm saying, whoever takes it as the princess, whether that's Ryan Howard, whether that's Tahina Pow, oh, it was supposed to be Kennedy Carter. She fumbled it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Alicia Gray, whoever is going to be, if Alicia Gray leads Atlanta to a championship, though, I don't know. I don't know about queen of Atlanta basketball. It might have to be Alicia Gray at that point. And then Angel is just considered the pioneer on the ground roots, the house that Angel built, things of that sort, right? So I respect to my legends. Angel McCoughtry has been trying to get in the WNBA for like the past 3 seasons, bro. The reason why I feel like in this instance she's attacking Hailey Van Leef is because I've seen people before the season, specifically the Live King, shout out to the Live King, discuss opportunities or a world where Angel McCoughtry gets signed by the Chicago Sky because the Chicago Sky could use a veteran and a scorer. And she is both of those things. And I think the reason why Hailey Van Leef kind of caught this crazy stray from this panel and Angel is because Angel would like a roster spot on Chicago. And she's blaming Hailey's spot on this, her online following. Also, I had to say this about Hailey Van Leef. I feel like she's playing decent basketball. She's playing decent Ricky basketball right now. And she's holding her own. And I feel like she's deserved a spot on the roster. The Deja Kelly comparison, I didn't understand. Deja Kelly is respectfully, I you know what I'm saying, respectfully. Deja, if you're watching this, friend of the channel, everything like that. If you're watching this, if your mom watching this and stuff like that, respectfully. Ain't nothing but respect. Deja Kelly ain't the one to really use for like a Hailey Van Leef got in the league because, you know, she posts thirst traps and she's on Sports Illustrated cover and swimsuit and, you know, men like her and they like to look at her and they follow her and stuff like that. Deja Kelly ain't the one to use for that, brother. Deja Kelly is I'm gonna just search Deja Kelly. I ain't even want to search nothing else. I'm gonna just search Deja Kelly. I ain't even want to do the extra stuff on the search. Deja Kelly is Deja Kelly, bro. She's Deja Kelly, man. The last thing I think Deja Kelly is struggling with is off the court marketing and, you know, a following. Hold on, let me see how many Instagram followers she has. She has over 500,000 Instagram followers and things of that sort. The last thing Deja Kelly needs is more followers and more things. Hey, you said it, not I, SSB. I'm trying to be respectful. But Deja Kelly, that wasn't the right comparison of being like, Haley Van lives in the league because of followers and she looks good and men like her. But what about Deja Kelly? She's better. Doesn't connect for me. I think Haley Van Lith, also a part of it, is like her connection to Angel Reese. That's your franchise player. You want to keep your franchise player happy, right? And she's a decent player. I felt like in limited minutes, she's played better than some of the players who are higher than her in the rotation. A lot of games so far this season. So, but in terms of what SSB said, well, SSB, I'll tell you about that as well. He said clout can get you a job, jersey sales, social media brand deals, etc. I don't know, man, because I feel like, right, if that was the case, who would have a job right now? Who would have a position in the WNBA right now? And it would be another friend of the channel, Kaiser Gondrajic. She's been out of the league. She's been out of the league for most of her career, more times than she's been in the league. And Kaiser looks like this. Kaiser looks like a supermodel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know if that's the right argument to make here because it's a lot of baddies who be, you know what I'm saying, waiting to get back in the league. All right. SSB also said this reminds me of Melo when he was trying to get back into the league. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Melo from Be More too. She looks better. SSB is tripping. He all won tonight. She looks like she could have been on Sports Illustrated, not the other girl. All right, so I'll tell you. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. See, because this is a slippery slope. I don't like talking about these things when it comes to covering women's sports, because I cover women's sports, and I respect everybody as professionals and the place of work. Haley Van Lith, Sports Illustrated. We're just gonna go to Sports Illustrated. Okay. All right. Or there's that. I don't think. Okay. I think this was like kind of the closest thing to where, you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. I'm going to keep it at that and keep it short. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Hey, SSB, appreciate you holding it down. It's 4 a.m. Goodness gracious. Gosh, sleep. Appreciate you holding it down, bro. Have a safe night. Safety, my brother. I appreciate the support. Be easy. I'll see you next time on the flip side. But yeah. But since SSB is out, I guess I can scoot on out of that because, boy, that was a slippery slope. I could have gotten in a lot of trouble. And I want all WNBA players to know that I appreciate you guys. I respect you. I respect your craft and the game of basketball. I just love the game of basketball. This was just a point that I was like, okay, I don't know about this. All right.
How does it feel to
Now, influence. Allen Iverson, he was asked about influence and things of that sort. So here it is.
Yo, man, how does it feel to be the person who changed the game from, I want to say, suits to streetwear, man? You changed my life.
I always felt like where I grew up, where I'm from, I felt like wearing a suit, I always wore it to a funeral, I always wore it to church, and that was cool, you know what I mean? But I couldn't afford it to even wear it to church, so I was embarrassed all the time because I couldn't afford to wear a suit to church. But at the same time, like, I ain't never went to the gym wearing a suit, so why would I wear a suit to a game to play basketball? You know what I mean? I feel like it's not what's on the outerwear, You know what I mean? It's that heart, man. It's who you are outside of the clothes, man. The clothes don't make nobody, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's how I always been. That's why I was always against the. That's why I was always
Thank
against
you.
the dress code and all that. I know I had a lot to do with it. I know I got to change, but look at me. I took the ass whooping for it, and now all these years later, look at all these guys out here. These guys got cornrows and tattoos and dress the way they want to dress. It's a fashion show going in the game, and all that was, from Allen Iverson taking the ass whooping for it, and I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? I got a better feeling for it being, a positive way for me than a negative way for me. And I think the young dudes respect me and they love me for that.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
You got
Bro, let me tell you something about Allen Iverson, dog. This is one of the more respectful, professional individuals, especially on his level, legends, that you will ever meet in your life, dog. 7 years ago, the big three. We're going full circle with this. I asked him a question about finances and things of that sort. They ain't look at me 8 years ago at the Warriors getting crazy. And he answered it for a minute, 60 seconds, bro. 60 seconds, like shades off. He had shades on and stuff like that. He took his shades off. He looked at everybody in the eye and like gave me a 1 minute answer, bro. Legends don't do that. And just he gave me that respect and attention and everything like this. Like, I'm a kid 7 years ago. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Fresh out of school, if not still in school, you know what I'm saying? And he respected me like I was a veteran journalist. So first things first, his answer was sensational. Eye contact the entire time with the interviewer and things of that sort. Second thing, he was true. He was right, bro. He was right about everything, dog. He was right about everything. And I think it's a larger discussion about professionalism, quote unquote, and blackness and things of that sort when it comes to showing up at the workplace. Now, I do think there should be like a minimum requirement, like very minimum. Like, you can't go in sagging in the office, in the 9 to 5 office and stuff like that. But I think a polo, a button down, or a nice shirt with no logos, maybe a couple buttons at the top or something like that, and some khakis or some slacks or even some jeans and shoes that aren't too distracting or whatever. I think that is appropriate wear for a workplace or a professional environment. And I think any type of hair is a professional type of hair in a work environment because it's people's hair, it's people's way of expressing themselves. And I don't know if they should be restricted to that just because of your views of what professionalism is, which is all made up at the end of the day. So 100% salute to Allen Iverson for fighting to be himself. And like he said, taking the punishment from the late great David Stern and everything like that, and continuing to be himself. And now we have a league and a sports arena where everybody's themselves, and the games are fashion shows now in the tunnels and the pregame tunnels and things of that sort. So salute to Allen Iverson. Thank you so much for all that you do and all that you have been for us. And best of luck with you helping out Coach Vic over there in Norfolk State, representing for the VA and everything like that. SSB, if he's still here, good night, my brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got the back-to-back heaters and things of that sort. Hey, it's nothing but quality. I know we stream every day, but we still got quality. NBA should force players to wear team's golf shirt and khakis or jeans. This is what David Stern should have done, in my opinion. I think, yeah, I think that would have been cool in the 2000s when he enforced the dress code, but it was kind of silly when people would get hurt, you know what I'm saying, and have to wear suits like they on the coaching staff. I think coaches. Okay, so how you feel about coaches? Do you think coaches should go back to suits, or you think coaches are good and where they're at right now with the polos? I like coaches in the polos because, I mean, you kind of running up and down the sideline, yelling at the refs and stuff like that. The jacket, like the Carlisle jacket, he got the team jacket on and stuff like that. It's cool. It's cool. Like, it's definitely more relaxed, and arenas be cool and things of that sort. So, you kind of need the jacket. I don't have a problem with it, me personally. But I'm a casual guy. Like I show up to casual to games pretty casually and stuff like that. Like I keep it to a polo, khakis and things of that sort. And yeah. Man, shout out to Big Nate in the building, man. He said sleepless nights and things of that sort. Um, no suits and ties. We not at Wall Street. We had a basketball game. 100% SSB. Like that makes sense. That makes sense. But it just used to be silly to me, bro. Like you get hurt, like you know what I'm saying? You got a torn shoulder or something like that, right? And then you on the sideline in a whole baggy suit, like with the coaching staff. Like it just looks stupid. I'm casual, US Polo, and Levi's for Nikes for me. 100%. Like I said, Nate, like that's what I do at the games. I wear a polo, some khakis, and and you know, and the shoes could be whatever. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Shoes, I show my personality a lot with that. But yeah. A lot of times it's big baller. Shout out to LeVar and the big baller brand and things of that sort. But yeah, I just think the whole talk on professionalism is made up. A lot of stuff in life is made up, and people just kind of roll with it because someone told them to. Like this is the way things are supposed to be. Now I do think in basic respect for things um like my dad, he was tweaking out one time when I walked into a church with my hat on. And he's like, "Take your hat off." And I was like, dang, like we literally in here in jeans but it's certain things like, yeah, just respect folks. Just respect folks and they place of work and things of that sort. But also like, bro, just let people be who they are, dog. Let people be who they are. And if you know my story of me being casual, that's been the thing. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Hold on, let me see if I can find it right now. I'm gonna just flash it. I'll flash it for you guys, and that's it. Let me see. If I can't find it, I ain't gonna search it because I know where to find it. Hold on. Let me see. Now I don't see it. Hold on. I don't see it, bro. Okay, I found it. Hold on, I'm gonna search hoodie. We're gonna search hoodie. I'm gonna flash it on the screen. We're gonna get out of here. All right, cool. So there's that. But yeah, I'm all for like you wear what you want to wear, man. Even in restaurants, taking off your hat is table etiquette. Yeah, 100%. Like you say, I agree with that. The issue in the 2000s was hip hop culture was chaotic at the time with intense defense in the NBA. That along with brawls in the Malice at the Palace, I understand the dress code. Yeah, I do think like hip hop was just crazy. Like how people be like old heads and stuff, they be like, man, rappers these days are so soft. Like they be wearing the skinny, like because skinny jeans was a thing a couple years ago, and now it's back to baggy. But they was like, these kids wear everything tight, and they walk around with the purses like Lil Uzi and all the rappers like this do the shoulder roll and kind of move a little more feminine and things of that sort. Like they like cook it because they're like, man, we had real ones when I grew up. Bro, the 2000s rap was like, oh my goodness. Like I wasn't allowed to like listen to a lot of the radio. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of BET. And I'm glad I was sheltered from that because they was wilding back in the 2000s. Like on a mainstream level. It won't know, how now it's like you got to go to the underground to get the crazy folks. Nah, this was like on BET, the mainstream, on the radio stations, everything like that. So yeah, that culture leaking over into the NBA, and then you sagging and you got on a oversized X4X Donovan McNabb jersey, rest in peace to Kobe, with the chains on and stuff like that. Like you look crazy, bro. G Unit, 100% 50 Cent, a Dipset, Cameron in them, Jim Jones, bro. Like they was mainstream. They was like the front of hip hop doing that. Like that's just not the case anymore. Gangster rap just ain't the mainstream anymore, bro. It just isn't. But it was then. It was prevalent in the 2000s. So yeah. Let me see. Okay, hey SSB, if this is it for you, because the next one I have is some like a WNBA kind of thing and things like that. So if you out, good night, my brother, Big Nate. Good to have you in here and things of that sort. All right, cool. This was a stud bud. Courtney Williams, man, the stud bud. She said someone asked her about building a brand, and I said the WNBA. Stud buds are one of the more watched channels on Twitch. I see them like every single night. Like they're up there with everybody else on Twitch. I'm like, yo, this is crazy and things of that sort. Peace, my brother. Have a good night.
Honestly, I think you just got to be built for it, man. The internet is not a real place. So I think when you treat the internet like a real place, that's when you get everybody like, oh my God. But it's like, bro, you don't know these people in real life. Just press the block button, bro. Just press the block button and then move on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take your time one night, go delete everything, block everybody, and then you don't got to worry about it no more. But
if we're off the grid, can't listen to your podcast.
Oh well, it ain't for them. The people that want to be there won't get blocked. The people that showing love won't get blocked. If you on the internet acting like you know you wouldn't act if you was in front of this person in real life,
Facts.
you deserve to get blocked.
Facts,
And I think that's what more people need to do. Just block the people and move on, bro. Like, this is what we wanted. We wanted more eyes on the game. We wanted more people talking about the game. Whether it's good or bad, it don't matter. If you don't like it, block them. Move on. But this is what we want. This is what we always wanted. So, let's embrace it.
Have you noticed the positive sides of it too? I mean, people wearing wigs to games, like, I mean, it really has, like, the internet has that bad side to it, but it also brings like a lot of hope and, you know, community to people too.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even lean into the negative. So I literally just block people. Like, I promise you, like, if it seemed mixy to me, I press the block button. Like, I have people be like, why you blocked? I don't know. You said something that rubbed me wrong. But I always lean into the positive side of the internet and the fans. Like, none of that bothers me, bro, because it's not real. You don't know me in real life, so you can't make me mad.
I don't know if you say you can't make me mad after blocking somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is an action that shows, like, you know, social media is farce. The issue is we are a social media based society. It's not that simple. Yeah, you can't say I'm not bothered, but I block everybody. I don't know if that coincides with each other. I will say this though about people that, like, I think the way that I deal with a lot of stuff, and it really started with the reactions. This was before I was ever talking about like societal issues and, you know, race, white and black people and stuff. And white people will find my stuff and just call me every name out of the book in the comment section. The way that I always have dealt with it is like I do things in a very specific way to me. A lot of things might have seemed unique when I first started doing it and like different to the space because I just have a very unique upbringing. Like, I'm from Metro Atlanta. I'm from the South. I'm also from a suburban area in Marietta and stuff like that. So it's like I speak proper, but I use slang, and like that confuses people because I'm still from the South. So I use slang, but I speak proper. So a lot of people thought I wasn't being myself. And a lot of people still think that I'm not being myself. And it's like, nah, I use slang, bro. Like, that's how I speak. And I make a lot of hip hop and specific rap references in my stuff. It's just like Stuart Scott, like at SportsCenter, rest in peace. His soul, God rest his soul, Stuart Scott. But like Stuart Scott would say a lot of stuff that would just go over people's heads during SportsCenter broadcasts and things of that sort. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I accept it very early on. Like, the people who didn't get it, people who thought it was too much, people who thought it was overbearing, people who were like, huh? What is he talking about? What is he doing? It's not for them. And everything isn't for everybody. So it's just like, if you don't rock with me to the point where you're like, I'm never looking at this channel again, I was never for you, bro. Like, I'm gonna be myself regardless. Like, it's the reason why I go on YouTube, is to be myself. Nate said, I get where she's coming from, but the reality is everyone is different in how they handle social media. 100%. 100%. It's different for everybody of how they handle social media. But I do think it's important to keep the perspective of realizing like everything isn't for everybody on the internet, and remembering that a lot of people they go to the internet for an escape from what's really going on in real life. So you could be having the worst day ever, car could break down, you catch the bus break down, you walk to work, you sweaty and late at work, the boss mad at you and he yelling at you and being passive aggressive with you about being late to work. And then, you open up your phone and you listen to a video about someone talking about a trending topic that you like, but you don't like the person's take on it, and you just think they're stupid and lazy and didn't do their research on it. You're going to comment something like, "You idiot, stop wasting my time with this video." And that's not towards the person that made the video. It's just the person commenting had a crazy day. And I think if you keep that perspective with social media, then things will be a lot just more helpful for you in navigating the social media world, because this stuff get crazy, bro. Like these people crazy. Like I said, dude in the one video where he said, "Is you in North Georgia? I'm in North Alabama. That don't seem like a far drive where we could talk about this in person. I could say it to your face." Man, you ain't about to hang me. You ain't about to lynch me. Him talking about. I said, "Bro, you got it, twin." I said, "I'm scared. Scared people live. You got it, twin. These folks is crazy for real. I ain't playing with y'all jokers. Y'all jokers is crazy." He said, "That's insane. 100%. Y'all jokers is crazy. I'm scared. Scared people live." But yeah, I think the point of that story was like, it get real in social media comments. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's the internet, it ain't real." Nah, look, you ever had a stalker? You ever had a digital stalker? Yeah. I was watching your Twitch stream. You was IRL streaming. And so I decided to pop up on Cheesecake and just tell you, I'm a big fan. Nah, man. Nah, little twin. It ain't just the internet, bro. It ain't just the internet. Social media gives people a false sense of toughness, 100%. 100%. But yeah. That was pretty much all I had on this topic. Shout out to Courtney Williams. Shout out to the Studbuds. Shout out to Tish Hydeman. Shout out to Diamond Miller for stopping by Studbuds earlier this week. Yeah. All right, and to end things, Ndamukong Suh and his wife came up with a viral thread of like people who are married and not married. Ndamukong Suh said, "Hot take: if you never built a marriage, don't give advice on one. Love is easy. Commitment takes work. Respect the difference." And then Kadia, she said, "Don't marry someone who's only good when life is good. You need someone who shows up the same when life is falling apart. Who you marry decides your lifestyle, your peace, your habits, and your future. But most people spend time picking a vacation rather than a partner. Your spouse impacts your life more than your job ever will. Pick someone who multiplies your growth, not your problems. If they trash their partner behind closed doors, they'll do it to you too. That's not a red flag. That's the whole flag." Ooh, what a bar. That's the whole flag. When someone talks about their spouse behind their back, it says a lot about them. 100%. Some seasons will break you if you're not aligned. Marry someone who's in it when it's boring, brutal, and not Instagram worthy. You better say that. A $100,000 wedding won't save a $10 relationship. Ooh, my gosh. Marry someone who's focused on building the future, not funding a party. You better say that. The right partner who pushes you when no one's watching and stands by you when everyone is. If they only praise you but never challenge you, they're not growing with you. You better say that. I rock with this. Shouts out to them jokers. Are they not together? No, I think they together. Someone just said former Lions defender Ndamukong Suh and his wife just dropped a thread of bars for the married and non-married. This is really good. They ate and left not a single crumb. So I went to Ndamukong Suh's page to get it straight from him instead of this graphic. And like his whole page is like threads. It's like threads about how he made money on the stock market. Threads how he made money in crypto. Threads of how he used his NFL money and flipped it. Like, I'm like, yo, this dude is a genius, bro. Shout out to Ndamukong Suh. Wasn't he like the one stamping on people's heads when he was playing? But hey, shout out Indomitian Soup, bro. But yeah, man. I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Lil Nate, yeah, love to see him do 100%. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Big Nate, appreciate you holding it down as always, brother. SSB, thank you for showing my love, my guy. And yeah, until next time, I hope you have a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon, a good night. Whenever you're watching this, have a good day. If nobody else told you today, I care for you. I will be back tomorrow because I stream every single night. Peace.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but enjoy Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.